In this video, we're going to walk through the report card feature in Rekods schools. We'll look at how teachers finalize grades and how admins manage the entire generation and publishing process. For this demo, we're using an account that has both teacher and administrator permissions to make it easier to show the interaction between the two user experiences. When using the product, however, teachers will not have access to the administrator sections and vice versa. Let's start with the teacher's view. When you first land on the report cards page, it might look empty. This is usually because classes haven't been concluded yet. Think of concluding a class as locking the gradebook so the system can calculate final scores and rankings. Before we do that, there are 4 vital checks every teacher should perform for each class they teach. First is attendance. Ensure your class attendance is up to date since this factors into the final assessment. Note that class attendance for subjects and school attendance for homeroom are tracked separately. Second thing to check is assignment descriptions. This is where the magic happens. The more detail you provide about what was assessed, the more specific and helpful the AI-generated feedback will be. You can update these easily by clicking the edit icon on the right side of any assignment. Third thing to check is grading. Double-check that every student has a grade. For this English class, I see 20 out of 20 students have been graded, so we're good to go. The final check is assignment type weights. Verify your assignment type weights. Once a class is concluded, these are locked in. Since I have given only classwork and homework assignment types in this class, I'll head into settings to make sure my classwork and homework categories equal 100%. Make sure to run these 4 checks on every class you teach. Now that I'm satisfied, I'll go ahead and conclude my classes. I'll select English, go to Settings, and click Conclude Class. I'll read the confirmation to make sure I'm ready, and then hit Conclude. Let's go ahead and conclude the second class. I'm only concluding 2 classes here, so I can show you the admin view for the rest. Switching over to the admin side, once you go to report cards, you'll see the active classes table. This is your command center. You can see which classes are still open, and importantly, check the ungraded assignments column. Ideally, this should be 0. While the system allows you to conclude a class with ungraded work, it's a helpful red flag to check first. We recommend teachers conclude their own classes to ensure every action is intentional. Since this is final, we've avoided a bulk conclude button to prevent accidents. However, as an admin, I can step in if needed. I'll conclude this last outstanding class now. Once all classes are concluded, the system begins calculating metrics, like student positions and class averages. You can now track the status of teacher comments in real time. In Settings, you can toggle subject-specific comments. If disabled, only homeroom teachers need to provide feedback. If I enable it, the table updates instantly to show that every subject teacher now has a requirement. This gives you total control over how detailed your reports are. I'll toggle it back off for now so we can finish the demo. Back in the teacher view for homeroom, I now have a holistic view of the student to help me write a well-rounded report. I can filter the students by status to help me identify which students have incomplete comments. two options for providing student comments. I can type a draft manually and hit Save Draft. It's important to note that approving a comment marks it as final and uneditable, so use Save if you still need to make changes. Or, I can use the AI option to generate academic performance summary comments for a student. Rekods Schools analyzes the student's performance data to draft a comment. Because of the detailed assignment descriptions we provided earlier, this AI-generated comment is much richer and more specific. I can make edits, add notes about their behavior, and then hit Save Draft button if I want to return to make additional updates. Or I can click on Approve and Next if I want to submit the comment to move to the next student. All the comments for students in my homeroom have been submitted, so let's now go to the admin page to see what the admin experience is like. Back in the admin view, I can track teacher comments progress in the Teacher Comment Completion section. Now that all homeroom teachers have submitted their comments, the admin can hit Generate Report Cards. You'll see a notification that the system is building high-quality PDF reports for the whole school. This can take anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the number of students in the school. You can leave and then return after some time to check on the status of the reports. Once your report cards are generated, you can view them individually or use the filters to download them by grade section. For instance, if you want to check or print a specific student's report, you can view it directly here. Or you can download them in bulk as a zip file. In this case, let's take grade 4A. I'll go ahead and download all the reports for this class. You can see the download is successful and our zip file is ready. Once we extract it, we have instant access to every student's report card in one folder. At this stage, parents can't see the report cards just yet. Think of this as your final review period. When you're ready to go digital, just go up here and click Publish to Parents. Once you do that, the reports become instantly available to parents in the mobile app. This hybrid approach is powerful. You save paper by sharing via the mobile app, but you still have the flexibility to print physical copies for parents who prefer them. If you ever need to fix a mistake, just hit the Unpublish button. But remember, this removes parent access in the app until you republish. It is highly recommended that you review the report card settings before generating them to ensure the reports generated are in line with your school's preferences. Before we go, let's look at how versatile these report card layouts can be. First, here is an example of a full report with all the details. If your school has a logo, it appears right here alongside the school info. You'll see the academic summary, the students' ranking relative to their peers, and if you have historical data, a performance trend graph. We also see the homeroom teachers' comments, individual subject performance, subject-specific teacher comments, and the grading scale used for the term. But Rekods Schools is built to adapt to your school's needs. Let's review how the report card could look like based on a few scenarios. 1. No logo. If you haven't uploaded a logo or prefer not to use one, the layout adjusts automatically like this. 2. Hiding the GPA. If GPA was enabled, the student's GPA for the term will be listed on the report card. However, if you disable the GPA in settings, that field simply disappears from the report, as you can see here. 3. Hide student rankings. By default, the student's ranking for the term is shown on the report card. If your school prefers not to show class rankings, you can disable that option from the settings on the report card page before generating report cards, and the report will look like this, clean and focused purely on individual growth. 4. Removing the performance trajectory. By default, the report shows the performance trajectory of the student over the last 6 terms. If you only have one term of data, a trend line might not be meaningful yet. You can hide the performance trajectory from the report card settings so it doesn't appear on the final PDF 5. Hiding subject credits. The subject table in the report card shows subject credits by default. However, not every school or curriculum uses a credit system. If you disable credits from the report card settings, that column is removed from the subject table entirely. And that's the report cards feature in Rekods Schools, built for radical simplicity to improve efficiency and productivity of school staff. Thanks for watching.